Ano ba yung ina-expect sa DOJ pagdating sa kaso ng flood control?
Well, alam po natin March 9 is the next setting for Senator Jinggoy Estrada's plunder case. So doon po ifa-file yung kanyang counter affidavit, at least scheduled siya i-file on that day. We'll wait for him to arrive here to submit it. He can come in earlier than the actual date to file his counter affidavit. Importante lang po mag-appear siya personally to subscribe before the panel of prosecutors. Maliban po doon, so March 9 yun. Bakit po March 9? Well, alam po natin na ang original setting is February 23. Ang nangyari, nag-file po ng motion ang NBI as the private complainant, as the complainant, to submit additional documents as well as add additional respondents. So importante po kasi na lahat po ng respondents in these cases, well, in that particular case, ma-issuehan ng mga documents para po makapag-file sila ng counter affidavit na maayos. Siyempre titingin po nila yung mga bagong allegations, mga bagong evidence against them, so that they could incorporate it in their counter affidavit to properly state their defenses. So pati po yung mga additional respondents, bibigyan din ng kopya. So lahat po bibigyan ng pagkakataon na makapag-reply na maayos.
Doon po sa additional respondents kay Jinggoy during additional, nag-apply po bang prosecutor ng for PhD?
Wala pa po, not yet. But will they? Well, hindi po natin alam. Ang batayan po magiging batayan ho ng NBI in filing their motion is kung flight risk po itong mga respondents na to. Siyempre, a PhDO has to be applied with the courts, and that will be done by the prosecutors upon motion by the complainant NBI.
Pero sir, safe to say na pinag-aaralan sir ngayon?
Opo, yes, definitely. At pag PhDO po kasi, pag apply niyan, it's ex parte. Meaning, hindi po malalaman ng respondents na finailan na sila ng application for PhDO with the court. Because it's done ex parte, meaning isang side lang ang papakinggan. Hindi po gaya ng normal procedure na issuehan ng kopya ang respondent. So, syempre, it's only logical because kung natimbrihan po ang respondent na may PhDO na in-apply against them, then po pwede po silang tumakas. Diba? Kaya po siya ex parte. Pag na-file na po in court, iba naman po ang proseso.
Sir, may update sa malversation kay Senator Joel?
Senator Joel Villanueva, wala pa pong bagong update. As far as we know, the case is submitted for resolution. Meaning, dinadraft pa ang resolution, binabasa, sinusuri ang ebidensya kung sapat na ba to for filing in court. Pag sinabi po natin under review, magkaiba po yun, no? So kay Senator Joel, all these cases are submitted for resolution. Kay Senator Revilla, former Senator Revilla, his case for malversation is currently under review with the division chief. Meaning, pag under review ho, iba po yan submitted for resolution. Pag under review, may resolution na nahanda ng prosecutors. It was submitted to the division chief for his review. Ang gagawin po ng division chief dyan is babasahin niya yung ebidensya, yung assessment ng prosecutor. He will see if sapat na ba yung evidence as it stands, na pagsampa po in court, may malakas na ebidensya at masisigurado na a guilty verdict could be given by the judge.
Normal ba sir yun na may review pang gagawin? Lahat dumadaan sa ganun? Or ito lang kinasabi?
Lahat po, lahat. Standard procedure po yun. Submitted for resolution by the prosecutors. Stated po yan sa minutes of the meeting. Pagka PI po, conduct ng preliminary investigation hearing, ilalagay po doon kung may pending matter pa. If none, then it will be submitted for resolution. Pag submitted for resolution, meaning lahat po ng ebidensya na file na, what's left to do is to read it, assess it, derive the necessary factual and legal conclusions from the evidence submitted, and then make their own arguments as to why the case should be for filing or for dismissal. And then pagka-draft po ng resolution na yon, it will then be forwarded to the division chief for review. Titingnan niya kung tama ba, sapat na ba yung pagka-discuss ng prosecutor ng evidence, sapat ba yung pag-discuss ng legal and factual conclusions based on the evidence submitted to him or her. Tapos kung tama, ultimately kung tama ba yung recommendation niya to file or to dismiss. Kasi pwede po minsan na ang recommendation for filing, pwedeng recommendation for dismissal, kahit na tama ang conclusion, minsan malabnaw ang discussion. Ibig sabihin, kailangan pa dagdagan yung discussion on the evidence. Siguro hindi po nasuri lahat, di ba? So let's ensure that the procedure is properly followed so that when the case is indeed filed in court, there's strong compelling evidence to stand the rigors of trial.
Sir, pwede ko
Plunder ba? Di ba may bagong respondents yun? So, kailan po expected na pag-file ng counter-affidavit?
Aling kaso po?
Revilla Plunder.
Revilla Plunder.
Yung may mga bagong respondents.
Kailan makasubmit ng counter affidavit? Wala pa po, under review na ho yun eh. Under review na rin. So hintayin na lang po natin.
Di ba magka-counter pa yung mga bagong yun?
Yes. Exact date ng PI. Alamin ko po. Hindi ko pa alam exact date eh.
Pero pagka
Yes.
gano'n, expected din si Revilla ulit to file his counter affidavit.
If nakapag-file na po ng counter affidavit ang respondent sa isang kaso, tapos nadagdagan ng respondents, he could file a supplemental counter affidavit in response to the new allegations. So syempre, kung nauna ko counter affidavit niya, pagkatapos nun biglang may dinagdag na respondents, syempre, bibigyan din siya ng kopya ng mga dagdag evidence na yon ng na isinumite ng respondents na bago. So,
sorry.
yes sir.
Sir, yung sa case ni Joseph C., the Court of Appeals has upheld na hindi raw siya dapat i-deport in the meantime hanggat hindi pa na-rule yung cancellation ng late birth certificate niya. Ito yung sir, yung nag-general pa sa Coast Guard na industrialist na global ferro.
Flood control case po ba yan, sir?
Hindi sir, iba pa po.
I'll have to double check, sir, though. I'll check the status of that case.
Sir, kahapon may mga nag-file po na former Marines, nagpapakilalang former Marines Ombudsman against lawmakers and several other personalities na inaakusahan po nilang tumanggap ng pera galing kay Sadi. Pwede po bang i-deputize ang Ombudsman yung DOJ?
Opo. So, meron pong standing memorandum of agreement ang DOJ with the Ombudsman. So, if the Ombudsman deems it proper to deputize us for the conduct of investigation of any case, hindi lang po ito, no, that applies generally, then yes, of course, we will conduct the PI. As long as may agreement po ang Ombudsman, Office of the Ombudsman and DOJ.
May ganong coordination po, sir.
Right now, wala pa pong alam na may ganong coordination because kailan po lang po ba na-file, di ba, yung affidavits kahapon lang. So we'll have to wait and see. Di ba?
Sir, pwede ba yun na mag-investigate ng DOJ kahit pa-referral lang yung sinabi nila affidavits at hindi formal complaint yung pinahingi nila sa Ombudsman?
As long as na-deputize po kami ng Ombudsman, then we can investigate into it. Kasi yung referral doon, grants us authority. Referral doon falls within their jurisdiction, but because we have concurrent jurisdiction over some cases, then pwede mapag-usapan kung ma-deputize kami. Pero tama po yung pa-idea ninyo na ang pinagkaiba po kasi ng Ombudsman sa DOJ is we cannot act on any, we cannot motu proprio initiate our own investigation. The DOJ can only act upon complaints properly filed with us, with this department, at may criminal charge charge. May criminal charge na nakasista dun sa complaint. Ang motu proprio investigation kasi titingnan pa kung anong po pwedeng ikaso. Di ba? Magkaiba po yun dito. Dito kailangan meron ka na naisip na charge before you do file your complaint.
Sir, but can the DOJ order or direct the NBI to investigate po yung allegations?
Hindi, okay, laruin po natin. The DOJ can only coordinate with the NBI as an attached agency upon filing of complaint and kapag in accordance with DC-20, Department Circular 20. Ano po ibig sabihin nun? Ang DOJ pwede lang makipag-coordinate sa NBI kapag may complete na file for purposes of case build-up. Para po masigurado na will this sufficient by evidence for the conduct of preliminary investigation? Diba, sapat ba yung ebidensya natin para imbestigahan talaga? Kasi we will rely on the evidence submitted to us by the NBI. Right? As opposed to the Ombudsman, that they can start and initiate their own investigation. Sila ang pwedeng maghanap ng evidence kung anong pwede magamit for the subsequent or the eventual filing of cases. Sana klaro ho yun.
Yung NPA, pwede na mag-motu proprio ngayon?
Pwede po sila. Siyempre, law enforcement sila eh. Diba? Hindi po mali po yung term na motu proprio NBI. Kasi in all cases, they can investigate. Pwede ka investigate. Hindi po kailangan mag-file ng complaint sa NBI para mag-imbestiga sila. Kasi sila ang mag-file sa amin.
So far, wala namang request pa ang ombudsman deputize?
Wala pa po. As of today, at least, wala pa po. And wala pa pong discussions as well. So we'll have to wait and see.
Sir, mga pinangalanan, usual, mga mostly are government officials and officers. Meron ba silang rule, sir, na pag basically they're being maligned, di ba? Pwede pa rin ba nila i-pursue yun despite being being government employees or officials?
Sorry, sir, pursue what exactly?
Kung sakaling they feel that they've been slandered by the comments, yung statements.
Well, of course, nothing prevents any public official from filing a case against anyone who they allege to have slandered them or have spoken ill about them. No? That's within their capacity. They can do so. Now, once they do file it, the question remains, will it prosper? Diba? Kasi, again, it has to go through standard procedure na you file first your criminal charges with the prosecution offices or the DOJ, whichever is applicable. Thank you. Thank you.